What's up, guys? Coming to you live from the mountainside. Little bit of sunshine, a lot of sunshine. Little bit of spring breeze. Even though it feels like wintertime. Surrounded by trees. It's refreshing. You know what I mean? But hey, I want to come clean. There was a dude who commented on my last video, which I made a bold statement in, and we'll discuss a little bit further later in the video. But right now, I want to convey and say that there's this dude that commented in the last video saying, hey, you're a sinner too. Something like that. Not quoting it verbatim, but I want to come clean. I want to say that I am a sinner. So, I ordered some more Keiko nibs last night because I'm running low. And I checked on Amazon. I wanted to see how fast I ran through 4 pounds because I ordered a 4-pound package. And it's February 7th. It got delivered. And yesterday I'm pretty much out. So I'm thinking, wow, I went through 4 pounds in a little less than 2 months. Now, Keiko nibs, chocolate, stimulates the endocannabinoid system. And it's similar to marijuana in that way, obviously to a lesser degree. But, 4 pounds, wow, that's a lot to go through in a couple months. So, hey, I want to let you know, if you're watching this video, that I'm a sinner too. I have my weaknesses, right? That's actually a strength, to be conscious of your weaknesses, to admit them, to admit and say, hey, I'm not perfect, I'm still human, but at the same time, we want to understand the blessing of being human. And that's really the intent of the video today. I really want to say more about the last video because I made a bold statement. I said that the light of God can only fall in a sentient being that has free will. Now, this is important. You really want to grasp this or try to conceptualize it, not just write it off as an erroneous statement. Because the light of God is the fuel of Satan. And it can only be extracted if it falls down into a frequency range that Satan can access. And for some, that might be a vague statement. So I want to clarify what I mean by that, especially by the word Satan, which I attempted to delve into a little bit in the last video, but I want to speak on it a little bit further in this video. Now, when we say the word Satan, obviously, for many, it points to something negative. But even negative, that term is a pretty vague word. We want to understand that words are not reality. Words are symbolic. Many of us humans fall into this trap. We mistake the symbol for the artifact. The word is a symbol that points to the artifact, the manifestation in reality. And this Satan energy, in reality, represents a manifestation in creation that, as I said in the last video, it represents and embodies a state of separation, a sense of disconnection from the world around it. Instead of acknowledging the presence of God, it's all around us, it consciously makes a decision, or unconsciously, maybe it's not aware of it, to rebel against it and say, hey, I'm not going to surrender to this wonder, to this eternal bliss that's inherent within, because I'm more focused on the world around me. I want to lord it over material energy, instead of embody this divine energy that's a part of me. It's a part of us. It's a part of everybody. Everything in reality. Now, fundamentally, as humans, we can either go in two directions. We can choose to surrender to this higher power. We won't give it a label. Or we can rebel against it. And, you know, life is going to operate one way if we flow with it, or go against it. If we go with the course of nature, flow with the stream, rather than try to swim against it, our life is going to operate blissfully, joyously, effortlessly. Now, it takes a lot of effort in the beginning to raise our sexual energy upwards. That's what distinguishes us from animals. The ability to conduct ourselves consciously and understand that we can embody this sacred energy, this divine energy that's within us, this sexual energy, this energy that brought us into existence, that is the very basis of our incarnation right now, as we're living and breathing and operating in this physical reality as a divine being. Fundamentally, that's what we are, but a lot of people don't express it and embody it because they let this energy fall. They let this energy fall into the lower frequency ranges. And we really want to understand that as humans, we are the highest evolutionary species on this planet. And we have vertical spines. So we can allow this sexual energy to rise into the higher frequency ranges, the higher realms, the higher self. It's not just some hocus pocus shenanigans. This is real. It's no cap in modern terms. This is the real deal, I'm telling y'all. The power of God, this higher power that we can label as God, is made manifest in this reality by those that yield to that power, by those that surrender unto Him, that recognize Him in everything and within themselves and everybody else. And the power of Satan, we won't say that it's not powerful. It's not as powerful, but it's powerful. That power is made manifest in this world by those that yield to that power. So that's two options we have. And a lot of people aren't even aware that they're embodying lower frequency energies. lot of people in society, now society fundamentally has no reality. Society is a concept, it's a label, it's a word to point to a group of people in the world. But reality is subjectivity. The essence of truth is what's happening within you. That's what we call subjective. And in the objective world, which we can see as a game, a divine drama, a movie, blissful entertainment that we don't have to take too seriously, although we can if we want to. It's fun too at times. It's fun to be really serious. But we don't want to be stuck there. We don't want to be serious all the time. We want to be able to laugh and come off it and look out and be like, man, this is really just a joyous experience. But before I get off on a tangent, there's a lot of people in society that embody this lower frequency energy. And they don't even realize it consciously. So we want to gain a higher degree of self-awareness about ourselves. And videos like this serve that purpose. As physical organisms in this world, we're subject to certain natural laws. And one of them is the law of gravitation. So the sexual energy has a tendency to want to fall when it's subjected to this law of gravitation, especially if we're not conscious of rising it. So that's why we want to become conscious that this energy is within us, so that we can rise it against this law of gravitation, so that it's not acting upon us without us being aware of it. And that's why it takes effort to rise this energy upwards at first, but there's a point in the process when it becomes effortless and it just becomes natural. It becomes your everyday, I won't even say focus, because at first it takes a lot of focus, a lot of effort, but after a while it becomes automatic. And once you're operating from this higher frequency, this higher vibration is the language of God. You are the word manifest. Once you embody this higher energy, this higher frequency, you won't even think twice about letting it fall. It's truly a treasure that allows you to tune into the higher power. And the easiest, most effortless way to do that, to allow that, is to surrender. Surrender every desire, every thought. Understand that there's something beyond that. There's many different ways to verbalize it. And I'm attempting to convey it in a way that makes sense to me. And I'm hoping it makes sense to somebody on the receiving end of this. Even one. All it takes is one. And I'm living my purpose. You really want to understand that this energy is within us. This light. You can call it many different names. But we don't want it to fall. That's all.